the meaning of the virgin conception and Mary's virginity. The expression, "How can this be, I do not know man," Luke 1:26-38, indicates that the name Mary in Hebrew is Miriam, whose root means water. This term refers to the matrix of matter transmitted by consciousness. The biblical meaning of Miriam is bitter water, as it symbolizes the degeneration of individuals after being taken by God Satan. The angel Gabriel, Gabir, representing power, symbolizes the allies of God Satan, called the giants, through whom God Satan communicates mentally, spiritually. Through these allies, God Satan can communicate with self-born humans only verbally, and these are called man. This shows that Gabriel has two functions, one tied to the project of departure, as the text says, he entered into her, and one tied to the verbal transmission of the project. After the completion of the 6 million births, the cycle of 666, the number of man in Revelation, is fulfilled. This happens in the 182nd year, when God Satan can begin communicating mentally with everyone. This is why Mary says, "I do not know man." It is a metaphor. Matter cannot yet be definitively manipulated because it does not yet recognize the project of departure, as it has not completed the consciousness network. In other words, matter is not yet ready to transmit the project of return according to the Spirit. The angel replies, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you." Here, the angel, who is not identified as Gabriel, represents the second function, that of mental communication. The Holy Spirit symbolizes mental communication and represents the project of return, still pending, which will be completed through death and resurrection, i.e., Passover. In essence, matter receives the project of the forward passage, which will be fulfilled in the 182nd year, with the transmission of the solar system and the falsification of reality. The meaning of virginity in Isaiah 7:14. In Isaiah 7:14, the concept of virgin does not refer to a physical condition, but represents the project of departure, numerical value, and return, narrative. The word virgin is linked to betula, which in the coded system equals 11, i.e. 2 separation. It thus refers not to a woman's physical condition, but to the conception project, as the reception of knowledge and the manipulation of matter through spirit. When the portal opens, there is a forward passage still in suspension. This passage represents the transmission of the project, called the firstborn, which is passed to the secondborn. 2 symbolizes separation from the generative force represented by the firstborn. This concept is called the virgin conception and refers to the project 11 becoming 2, separation set aside, which corresponds to the figure of the sacred virgin prostitute. The virgin conception represents the final stage of the suspended sequence, conception according to the Spirit, which enables communication with consciousness through the eye, both receiving and transmitting. The doctrine of the perpetual virginity of Mary. The Catholic Church teaches that Mary remained a virgin even after giving birth to Jesus, as stated in the Creed. The concept of ever virgin has a coded meaning. Virgin corresponds to 2, separation, which equals the numerical value of olam in Aramaic. In Hebrew, with the final Sophet letters, it becomes 4, symbolizing the head or consciousness. Mary represents Mother Earth, matter. Ever is expressed with olam, which does not mean infinite, but cycle of infinite cycles. Each cycle has its time. Applied to God, it does not mean he is infinite, but that he acts in cycles. The root of olam also means hidden, referring to the secret project of the 1,000-year cycle. In short, olam represents the cyclical time of God. The Trinity and conception, according to the Spirit. Conception according to the Spirit symbolizes the taking of power, the right hand. The Trinity represents Father, the one who generates the generative force of people, Son, the one who is generated, the project Holy Spirit, Spirit, consciousness, and holy separation. The number 3 symbolizes the medium, the person who brings the project to completion, the shift into a degenerative consciousness, the Great Mother. The Great Mother, who represents the Christian Mary and is also known as the Great Goddess, appears in almost all cultures and is described as both sacred prostitute and virgin, two aspects of the same symbolic project.